Hello again. Today I've just got a piece of BRT again, and I'm just going to show you very quickly how easy it is to make like scales. So for example, if you're making a dragon or something reptilian and you want, or a fish, and you want some scales on it, there are really easy ways you can do this. And one way, of course, is to spend a lot of time just making little balls of clay, pressing them flat and pressing them onto your clay. Now, of course, you can repeat this and then just start forming the pattern of these scales, which is, and with this clay too, you can just press it on too. You don't actually need a lot of slip, if any. Sometimes I wet it, but other times I'll just press it straight on, because this clay is quite moist as well. So that's one way you can do it, just putting those little dots on there just like that. Another thing you can use is one of these textured rollers if you've got one like that, or you can even make your own, and I'll show you how to do that at some point. But you can use a textured roller and just roll it up and down your piece, and you've got a lovely texture on there. And that could be like the tail of something, or of course if that was flat, and that was a like the side of a fish, for example, then you've got a beautiful texture on there. And of course you can press things in too for texture, but for the purpose of making something sort of reptilian looking, you've got that sort of textured finish like that. You've got those little press on dots, if you like, and you start, you can start at the bottom or you can start at the top, but remember which direction you go, that's the way the scales are going to sit, depending on what you want. Another tool you can use is this favourite tool of mine, this one that's got this finger sort of shaped edge on it like that, that matches your own, right? And that little edge there is great for just pushing into the clay. So you can just push in like that. Or if you start at the bottom and you kind of flick it out, then you've got that sort of finish happening. You can also do the same with a spoon, which I find really useful. And this is a teaspoon. You can see I've actually bent the top of it in a little bit so that it's narrower. But that does the same thing. Start at the bottom in this case, and you just kind of fan it a little bit, or flick it a little bit as you come off, as you take it off. And you've got scales like that. Now obviously you can do them nicely and neatly and evenly, not like me. And you can also use a trimming tool. Now these are my favourite tools. These are the ones that you get at Clayworks, and Walker's sell them as well here in Melbourne. Of course, if you're making your own, that's just that bit of metal there that's got the sharp edges on it. It's about the size of a $2 coin here. And you can do the same thing. And you get a nice sharp sort of scaled edge like that. Really easy and very quick, so it saves you a lot of time when you build your first dragon or your fish or whatever monster thing you're going to create.